Alright, welcome back everybody. I'm going to show you the layering system I talked about in the first video. 3 layers to consider when you're going out into the backcountry. You're going to have a base layer, you're going to have a warmth layer, and then you're also going to have an outer layer. I'm going to demonstrate as I get ready to go skiing for me. I have on a base layer right now. This is a synthetic setup, wool being on my feet. Synthetic is great because it dries really quickly. Cotton is not a great choice because it's a very absorbent fabric, so it'll hold in any kind of sweat or moisture your body produces. So we eliminate that in cold situations because we don't want to have cold clothing next to us. That's why we want something that dries quickly. Wool is a nice choice because it has a hollow fiber, so yes, it will take on your moisture, but it doesn't ever sit next to your skin. The job of your base layer is to keep any moisture from being directly next to your skin. So it's taking any kind of sweat that you are producing and moving it away from your skin. That's the job of your base layer. So hopefully mine does that for me today. The second layer you have is your mid layer, your warmth layer. Today all I'm doing is a vest on my upper layer. My pants are insulated, so they are a shell and the mid layer in one. So your mid layer's job is to capture the body heat that is being produced. So as you heat up, as you do activity, your body produces heat and it wants to leave your body through that radiant heat that we talked about in the first video. So this mid layer has a garment, any kind of garment that has dead air space. So fleece pile, down, synthetics, they should have a fiber that has a dead air space in it. So what that is good for is when your body produces heat and it starts to leave, it captures it. It captures it so you get to hold on to it, and so you still have it. It's awesome. You don't get cold, okay? Your next layer is, after your mid layer, is going to be your outer layer. So this one is a mid layer and outer layer in one because it has pile inside of it that captures my body heat. So I'm just going to get ready here. Layer it up. Okay, and then I would do the same for my feet. No cotton on your feet. That's the biggest no-no. Don't put cotton on your feet. You'll get a lot of blisters and your skin will get raw. You'll get cold. Don't do it. Okay? I'm gonna put my boots on so I don't step in the snow. Alright, so here's my outer layer. In this case, this one also has some dead air space. The outer layer should be waterproof. You want it to be waterproof because you want to be protected not only from wind, but also from moisture coming in. The other really cool thing about fabrics is that they've really got great technology where your fabric is, not only is it waterproof, but it's going to be like the pores are like a tiny cone shape. So they should be taking a lot of that evaporative heat your body's producing and moving the moisture from the inside of your garment layering system to the outside, which should help you continue to stay dry. That's why whenever you go shopping, they're like, oh, you want something that wicks or you want something that moves moisture. That's what they're talking about, okay? So I get my outer layer here. And in this case, I also want to combat evaporative cooling, and I want to also create a space where I'm not losing a lot of radiant heat through my neck and my face, because skiing and snowboarding, it has that effect. Like you get really warm going down, a lot of wind going by you, and then you get on the lift and now I'm like, oh, I'm so cold. So what I'm going to do is my next layer, it's great for your hair. So then I can pull this up while I'm on the lift, or pull it down if I don't want that as much, and then I'm mitigating any heat loss through skin exposure. I'm going to add a second hat because my helmet's kind of big, so not that you need that, but this is for me. And last thing, I'm going to put a helmet on. If you're climbing Mount Garfield, we may require you to do a helmet in search and rescue scenarios, but it wouldn't be that kind of a helmet. And then lastly, protect your hands. You can also layer with your hands the same way you layer. You can do, this is just an all-in-one, but like mitten systems, you can do a thin glove on the inside and then a mitten over the top of it. So if you need to take that off, you're not completely exposed to skin on your hands. So there you go. I'm ready. I've got my 3 layers. Here's Michael. He is uphilling today. Just wanted to give you a note of what he's got on. He is, obviously he's steaming, I can see it. So he's got, he's got radiant heat leaving his body right now through his head, through his body. But that is what you want. He's creating so much energy and so much heat that he is stripped down almost to a base layer so that his body is able to successfully release all of that heat so that when he gets to the top, he switches modes. He then can layer up, put his shell. He's got a shell on his backpack there. Turn around a little bit. Oh, yep, there it is. There's his shell. So then he can put his shell on. He's venting through his pants so that he doesn't get too hot. And then when he gets to the top, he has another layer in his backpack like a vest. And then he could throw on his shell. And then he's ready to combat the cold. But he's already mitigated risk of hypothermia or any other cold-related injury by allowing his body to vent successfully without getting too sweaty. You don't want your body to hold on to that sweat when you're working this hard. So that'll come up in the Mount Garfield speech. All right. Good job, Mikey. Keep going.